Hey, thanks for joining me for part two. So let's just get right into it.
Just 10 minutes north of Sante Fe Center in the mountains of the National Forest lies 10,000 Waves. It's a hotel and spa modeled after Japan's natural hot springs known as onsen. So onsen is also the name for day spas in that Japanese tradition. I've had the luxury of going to several thanks to my sister who's in the video who turned me on to them. It is such a luxurious experience, and if you ever have a chance to go, grab it. It's amazing. This particular onsen also has a hotel and a restaurant attached, which is why we were there. We wanted to have lunch in this Japanese styled restaurant, which is particularly known for its variety of sakis. This beautiful environment is full of junipers and piñons and flowering plants. It's just a treat for the eyes. And after walking a million steps, I was smiling because we had finally made it, and I was just digging the architecture that looked like it was straight out of Japan. It was so absolutely beautiful. Even though we were only going there for lunch, we hung around and we went to the gift shop and we just enjoyed the environment, which is so tranquil, like you really don't want to leave. My niece had this wonderful looking ramen, and my sister and I had Kobe beef hamburgers with Japanese style mayonnaise and Japanese style pickles. Yum. We definitely had to hit some art galleries, and that's what we did. I'm not a huge gallery fan, but I do enjoy some surrealist art, and Sante Fe has no shortage of galleries that specialize in that genre. I think it's because it reminds me of Frida Kahlo, and I'm a huge fan of hers. I'm glad my sister insisted we visit the galleries, because the next one we went to had this amazing window display that I dream of one day recreating for my own store. Inside, though, I was even more fascinated with these huge pieces of artwork that were literally done on a sewing machine. So all of this is thread art. I love the imagery and the colors, and I would buy one of these in a hot second if they were in my budget. This one, though, I had to take a picture of. I don't know if you could see that, but it says Holy Stains. I know it's a little irreverent, but it's pretty funny, and even my niece, who's religious, got a kick out of it. My sister insisted that we go to this store called Surratt and Sons. It takes up almost a whole block in downtown Sante Fe, and it is filled with the most amazing treasures from Central Asia. So they have a room that's nothing but tribal and antique Afghan rugs. They have all kinds of doors and mantles and altars and cabinets. The textiles alone blew my mind. It was just fantastic. Surprisingly enough, one of my favorite stores in Sante Fe turned out to be a bead store. I love their window display, but once inside, we could not leave. She had some really amazing things. I picked up this feather necklace, and I actually grabbed a black leather string from her, and I think that's going to be one of my favorite pieces in my jewelry collection. Not only is Sante Fe chock full of galleries, but it also has a specific area just for museums called, naturally, Museum Hill, which is up in the foothill, so it gives you this beautiful view of downtown Sante Fe. We only had time to visit one museum, and we chose the Folk Art Museum, which was full of all of these miniature dolls and toys and textiles collected from all over the world by one couple. So I really enjoyed it, and I would have loved to have taken home some of the textiles. This one was particularly cool because of the perspective. So these are small dolls. On our way back, we decided to stop in Pueblo, Colorado, because we could wait no longer to get some food. My sister didn't have a lot of high hopes. She had only driven through Pueblo, but we were really pleasantly surprised at how beautiful and quaint Pueblo actually is. It's full of boutiques and art galleries and sidewalk cafes, and of course, my favorite, antique stores. So we had a lot of fun there, and I actually picked up a wonderful piece for my online shops. Back in Boulder, we decided to go to the Lafayette flea market in Lafayette. My sister took pity on me because I still hadn't filled up my suitcase. I had been to this particular flea market. It's really more of an antique mall before a couple of years ago, and I had really picked up some great stuff. So I was super excited to go, and I could have stayed there a couple hours longer, except we had the whole family with us, so I kind of had to rush through there, but surprisingly I found some good stuff, so I was really happy. I was hoping that this pencil sharpener was a vintage piece, but it wasn't. It was new. And whenever I can find pencil sharpeners, I pick them up because they sell, and we usually price them anywhere, depending on their rarity, between $25 and $55. Then I spotted these tooled leather desk accessories. There was a bunch of them, and they were priced really well, so I decided I would grab the whole pile. Pencil holder. At this point, I didn't even have a basket with me, I don't think. I think I had to run back and grab a basket because I instantly had a pile just from that one booth. I did pick this up. I put it in my basket, Alaska Railroad. I thought it was really cute. And then I realized it wasn't vintage. I mean, I still think somebody would have been interested in it, but I didn't take it home. I thought this Native American figurine was really different and unusual. It was, it's obviously made somewhere in the Southwest, but I don't know anything about these kind of figurines, and since it was breakable, I decided to leave it behind. I was hoping my sister would fall in love with this little metal table. It looks like it's kind of a Frankenstein, which is basically two different pieces put together. But I love the iron base, and then the top part was some kind of Corian or some kind of hard plastic. I thought it was really cool. It would have made a great plant stand. Now this little booth, I found a ton of stuff here the last time I was here. I love these pants. I actually wanted them for me, but I don't think that they would have fit me. I spent probably the longest time. I can't believe I didn't snag those little silver earrings with the dogs for $9. I think that's a really good deal, and they look to be real silver. I did snag these. So these are super cool. I just featured them on an Instagram post. And there's my basket. So I didn't even film everything that I picked up already. I just think this particular vendor is so fun, probably because she carries stuff that's right down my alley. So lots of colorful things, lots of boho. You see lots of Frida Kahlo. I snagged those. I thought, even though they're tiny, I just couldn't pass up such marvelous funkiness. I thought these tiles were cute. I just didn't know how they would sell, so I didn't grab any of them. I got a kick out of the Mexican vinyl tablecloth. I think that's a fun way to wrap a table that's maybe not in very good shape. What is that? Kind of dug that little bowl. It was made of wood. Very boho. And that was a hat. I tried to hold myself back and only get things that either reminded me of the Southwest or were unusual enough that maybe I wouldn't be able to find them at home. I thought that was really pretty. I just didn't know how well it would sell or how much I could mark that up for. What is that? That was very unusual. Looks to be from maybe India. And that looked to me like a newer kind of a novelty piece. But you see that copper tray? I really like that copper tray a lot. And that tray was only $6.75, but it was fairly heavy. So I did put it in my basket. And then at the very last minute, I changed my mind and I put it back. Now I'm kind of regretting it because it is really pretty. And then this stall I just looked at for fun. I always love that she carries a lot of cowboy boots and belts and shirts and textiles. And it's just a lot of fun to look at. You know, and this was pretty much my trip. So I hope you enjoyed it. And then stay tuned for the reveal of all of my haul that I hauled back from the Southwest.
I was so glad that we stopped in Pueblo, Colorado. Not only was it a really cute town, but I picked up this amazing serape. It is gorgeous. It is vintage. It is large. I think I paid $44 for it, but I will put it online for $175. It is well worth that price. And let me tell you, just from shopping and you know, drooling over all the Southwest textiles in that part of the country that I couldn't afford, I was really happy to run into this one for resale. The other items I picked up in Pueblo are these salt and pepper shakers. So they're not old, but I like them. They really have like this Southwest design. And I just think they're super cool. The color is really neat. It's very current. And I think these are great. So I will bring these to the store. I'll put $18 on them. And I know they're probably gonna sell super fast. This is the cutest little boho bag. Is that not adorable? Look at all the wonderful colors. I don't know where it was made. It could very well be made in India, and it even jingles because it has these little bells. So on this one, I will mark this at $30 and it will go to the store. right now I'm on the hunt for anything that's like canvas, crocheted stuff, straw bags. And so I was happy to pick this one up. And this was, I picked this up at the Lafayette Flea Market in Colorado. And I've been there before. I had great luck the last time I was there, and I had really good luck this time. That was like the last junking stop for this road trip. So I love this. It's super heavy, so it's really well made. I will maybe put it online, but definitely I will put maybe like $38 because it is vintage, but it looks like it's never been used. Even though these are really tiny, I had to grab these little shoes, mostly because they are just so funky. Look how funky they are. I love them. So I picked them up. I think they're like a size, maybe like a 5 or a 6. And I will take them to the store and I'll put $30, and I can't wait to see who actually buys these. Also at the Lafayette Flea Market, I picked up a variety of like well, they're probably not hand tooled, but tooled leather desk accessories. So they were brand spanking new, and like I said, it's a variety. So here we have, I don't know, I guess you could, I gotta take this off. I guess you could use it as, I don't know, an accessory for scissors, rulers, that kind of stuff. There's a little tray, right, to set all your doodads, your paper clips, that kind of thing. Then there was a set of bookends, right, again in leather with this acorn pattern. And my favorite, although I don't know what happened to the pen, it's around here somewhere, is this little notepad holder while you were out, right? And it does come with a pen, and it just sits on your desk, so you always have a notepad when you need to jot down a memo. And then you have a pencil holder, right, for your pens, for your pencils. So I think I'm just going to divide them all up and price them individually, and I hope somebody likes them. So I typically don't pick up desk accessories unless they're really, really vintage, but I kind of like those. So I have a favorite vendor at the Lafayette Flea Market, and I had bought those little tiny shoes from that vendor. I also picked these ones up. Again, I picked them up because they're very unusual. They hardly have any wear on them at all. And they're just a great condition, great color. They're BCBG girls. And I think they're a size 8 or 8.5. And I'm gonna mark these at $30. The other pair of shoes I picked up from that vendor is these little flip-flops, and typically I won't pick up flip-flops, but the design is amazing. I mean, are they not super cool? They look very tribal, very African. I just love this print, and I'll probably put like $20 on these. My sister actually found this for me. It's this huge textile that is silk, and it is really big. Look how big that is. It's just really beautiful. To me, it kind of is very reminiscent of maybe Japan. I mean, I don't know about this border, but it is silk. It is beautiful, very long. So I think this one will go into the store, and I'll probably price it at $40. And we'll see what creative person picks it up, because I'm not sure what would be the best way to use that. This was a great deal. I love old clocks. They sell really well. And this one is definitely vintage. And I think I only paid $5. So I haven't tested it to see if it works. So I hope it does. And if it does, I'll probably put like 20, 25 bucks on it. I picked up this whole pile of postcards. So I thought it was such a good deal. I couldn't pass them up, but they're all these like little vintage postcards. They're so cool. And, you know, it's funny because I've had postcards in the store before, and I think we charge like $2 a postcard, and people actually buy them. So I love looking at them, and apparently other people are attracted to old postcards too. Okay, last but not least, so I will never pass up a hand-tooled leather purse if I can help it, if it is reasonably priced. So I was happy to grab this beautiful vintage, well-worn, hand-tooled Mexican bag. So it's so beautiful. I mean, it definitely has some wear in it, right? But what do you expect for a bag that's probably, I'm gonna say easily 70 years old? I will put this one online, and I will put maybe, you know, $70 to $85 on it. These are getting harder and harder to find. So that's it for me for this week. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And if you get out to go thrifting or get to some garage sales, I hope the thrifting gods are with you and that you find some fabulous stuff. So until next week, I will talk to you later.